Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel, Brian the Bean Counter. In today's video, I want to teach you two more Excel tips just to help you level up your Excel game. The first one is hiding and unhiding columns and rows in Excel. This is a skill that you would use if you don't want to delete the data, but you just don't want to see it at the moment. You want to hide it from view. And then the second one has more to do with printing layout. How do you display the data? How do you want to print out on the page? So let's get started. All right, so here I have a spreadsheet showing the first quarter ice cream sales. And let's just say, for example, that the February ice cream sales, that's embarrassing. It was low. It was only $1.6 million. So if I want to hide that, maybe I'm showing this data to somebody and I don't want them to see that low number. So if I click on the B, the header of the B column, it will highlight the B column. And then if I just simply click anywhere in the highlighted area, so then all I have to do is right click somewhere in the highlighted area and come down here and choose hide. So now that column is hidden, and you can kind of see that. If you look right up here, you can kind of see there's something a little different going on between columns A and C, but that's hidden, but it's not gone, it's not deleted. Now, maybe your next question is, well, how do I get that back? If you click on C and right click and choose unhide, well, nothing happens. If I select column A and right click and choose unhide, nothing happens. What I have to do is highlight A and C. So basically I'm sort of capturing column B that I know is in between there. It's just hidden. Now if I right click, I can choose unhide, and lo and behold, February pops right back up. You can do the same thing for a row. So if I want to hide my totals here, I don't want to delete them, I just want to hide them. I just select row 23, right click anywhere in that row and choose hide. And now it's gone. Okay, so now how do we get that back? I need to choose rows 22 and 24 because I know that 23 is in between there, it's just hidden. Now I can right click and choose unhide, and there it is. So there's skill number one, how to hide and unhide data in Excel that maybe it's sensitive data or you just don't want to see it, you don't want it to clutter up what you're looking at, so you simply hide it and unhide it as needed. Now the next thing I want to show you is if I wanted to print this data, I want to print this chart. If I come up here to File and choose Print, so I see here it's still in full color and it's in the upper left of my page. I want this to be centered on the page, not centered horizontally, but centered vertically. So if I come down here to Page Setup and click on Page Setup, and then I click on Margins, I can center it horizontally. So now it's in the middle of the page. But I want it to be black and white. Maybe I don't have a color printer, or I don't want it to print all this color. If I choose Page Setup again, and I go to the Sheet column, I can choose black and white and hit OK. So now it's in black and white. I don't know about you, but this is a little bit hard to read. And also I noticed that April has fallen off the page. It's actually going to print on a second page. So what I'm going to do is click on Page Setup, Sheet, and I want to see the grid lines. I want all of the columns to fit on one page. So if I choose no scaling down here, I'm going to say fit all columns on one page, right? It will reduce the size of the chart so that they all fit on one page. And now I can print this and it's centered on the page. It has grid lines, so it's easier for my eyes to kind of read across. And it's also in black and white. It's not going to print all that color. Now notice if I go back to my chart, it didn't change the coloring or any of that. That's just what we just did was just change how it's going to print out for you, not the actual worksheet. Okay, so two things that you learned today: how to hide and unhide columns or rows in Excel, and also how to sort of arrange and format your page so that it prints out in a certain way, so it's a little bit cleaner on the page. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I appreciate you watching. And if you would please hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's any particular skill in Excel that you would like me to teach you. I would be more than happy to make a video on that. Goodbye for now.